Archangel Michael says, "Heaven called your name last night, and a sacred meeting was held just for you, and now the angels are standing by, waiting to see." If your soul will say yes before the door closes, you may not remember the moment it happened, but your soul does. You may have felt a shift in your chest, a strange warmth in the middle of the night, or perhaps you woke up suddenly, heart pounding, breath caught between the worlds. That was not a dream. That was not imagination. That was your name being spoken in the halls of heaven. And when heaven speaks your name, all of creation listens. We gathered in silence, yet the space was alive with divine expectancy. Your soul was the center of that meeting, not because of status, not because of perfection, but because your time has come. There is a door, luminous and golden, flickering with the fire of purpose, and it stands open before you, but not forever. This door is not held open by time, it is held open by your willingness to say yes. The angels, your angels, stood around the great council, eyes filled with a holy longing. They know your journey. They've walked every step beside you, whether you felt them or not. They've witnessed your silent battles, the ache behind your smile, the nights you thought you couldn't go on, and yet you did. That is why this door has appeared, because you've endured enough of the shadows to be ready for the light. Now, the heavens wait for one answer. Will your soul say yes? You don't have to know what yes means. You don't have to have it figured out. This is not about logic. It's about surrender. It's about finally letting yourself be who you came here to be. It's about shedding the false masks and old chains, the patterns you inherited, and the fears that were never truly yours. You are not who the world tried to define. You are a being of light, crowned in divine intention, born with a voice that heaven still remembers. Last night, your spirit stood before the throne of divine will. There were no punishments, no judgment, only love radiant, unconditional, unshakable. Love, the kind of love that wraps around you like a cloak when you think you're unworthy. The kind of love that will not let you fall, even when you can't find the strength to rise. That love called your name. And when it did, your destiny lit up. The truth is, you were never forgotten. You were never alone. You were never lost not. Truly, even in your darkest hour, there were hands around you, unseen but mighty. There were whispers in your ear, while you wept whispers, saying, "Hold on, just a little longer. The shift is coming." That shift is now, this moment, this very breath you're taking is holy. It's not just another day. It's the awakening your soul has waited lifetimes for. And it's fragile because your free will is sacred. Nothing in heaven will ever force you. But everything in heaven is ready for you. The choir has begun. To sing, the path is forming beneath your feet. You don't need to have all the answers. You just need to say yes with your heart. You may ask, yes to what? And I tell you yes to yourself. The real you, the you who doesn't apologize for, shining, the you who walks in truth even when your voice shakes. The you who forgives, not to forget, but to set yourself free. The you who has wings though this world taught you to crawl. Say yes to your mission, even if you don't know what it is yet. Say yes to love, even if your heart has been broken. Say yes to healing, even if your wounds are still fresh. Say yes to heaven moving through you like light through stained glass flawed. It's still radiant. There's a sacred reason you're reading these words now. Nothing is by accident in the orchestration of divine timing. You are hearing this because your soul is remembering. You're hearing this because heaven is near, so near you can almost feel the breath of angels brushing your cheek. And they are waiting not for perfection. It's not for performance, but for your yes. When the sacred meeting was held, your name was not just spoken, it was honored. The light that surrounds your being was ignited. The council of guides that has walked with you from before your first breath leaned in with reverence. Archangels stood guard, not because you are weak, but because you are important. You carry a piece of the divine blueprint within you. Your gifts are not small. Your journey is not insignificant. You matter? If you've ever questioned that, no. This, heaven never did. This moment is a holy threshold. It's not just about belief. It's about embodiment. It's about remembering what you already know deep within your soul. that you were born for this time, this moment, this calling. It's about opening your eyes in the dark and realizing you are the light you were looking for. The angels are watching with held breath, hearts burning with holy anticipation. Will you say yes before the door closes? You see, the door does. Not close because heaven is cruel, closes because timing matters. There are seasons to every soul's journey, and you've entered one now that carries immense possibility. The momentum is here. The energy is rising. You are being lifted not. Because you asked for it, because you are ready. And readiness is not a feeling. It's a truth, a vibration, a quiet knowing that says, it's time. You may still feel broken in places. That's okay. Heaven does not ask you to be flawless, only faithful. You may still doubt yourself. That's okay too. Just let the part of you that does believe become louder than the part that doesn't. Because somewhere inside, your spirit already said yes. Last night when your name was called, your higher self stood tall, wings wide, and whispered back, I remember, I accept. I will rise. Now it's your turn to echo that choice in the physical realm. To anchor the yes with your breath, your steps, your words, your courage. The angels can walk beside you. Archangel Michael can protect you. But only you can walk through the door. So breathe. Close your eyes. Feel this moment not with your mind, but with your heart. Something holy is stirring. Can you feel it? That's the echo of heaven calling you home to yourself. And every time you lean toward the light, the entire universe leans with you. Asterisk. And as you stand in this in-between, where heaven brushes earth and silence hums with meaning, I ask you to look deeper, not with your physical eyes, but with the eyes of your spirit. Look into the spaces where you felt invisible, unworthy, unloved. Those are the very places where your divine light is meant to break through, not despite your pain, but because of it. Every scar you carry is a place where the light has tried, again and again, to enter. And now, it's time to let it in. The sacred meeting held last night did not ask for your resume. The divine did not look at your failures. There are no lists of mistakes. Only the flame of who you truly are, eternal, radiant, made in the image of the infinite, stood in the center of it all. That light was not dimmed by what you've gone through. It was made brighter by it. Your trials didn't disqualify you. They prepared you so many times you've questioned, why me? Why this path? Why so much pain? But now heaven answers back, because you are strong enough, because you are ready, because you are called. This is not the kind of calling that comes with fanfare. It doesn't always look like glory. Sometimes it looks like forgiveness when it would be easier to stay bitter. Sometimes it looks like rising from bed when grief has made the air feel too heavy. Sometimes it looks like choosing to believe that you matter, even when no one else sees it. That's what makes you holy. Not perfection, but the courage to keep saying yes in the dark. You see, beloved soul, the angels didn't gather to debate your worth. They gathered because your soul sent out a signal, a sacred pulse that said, I'm ready to awaken, I'm ready to remember. And so they came. Archangels, seraphim, messengers of light. They came not to rescue you, but to remind you of your wings. They came to deliver strength for the road ahead, to place heavenly blueprints into your heart. Blueprints that only your spirit can carry. There are assignments written into your soul. Contracts signed in light before you were even born. They are not burdens. They're blessings waiting to be fulfilled. That is why the timing is now. That is why the angels are standing by, watching, waiting, hoping that you will say yes before the door closes. Because beyond that door is not just purpose, it's alignment, it's peace, it's divine restoration. You have felt out of place in this world because you were never meant to fit into it. You were meant to transform it. That ache inside youth, the one that whispers there, must be Merez, not a flaw. It's a compass. It's the signature of your sacred design. And the more you've resisted it, the louder it has become. That restlessness, that yearning for something you can't quite name, that is heaven calling you, not to be someone else. Not to do what others expect, but to become fully, powerfully, unapologetically you. So many have told you that you must earn love, that you must prove your worth, that you must fix yourself to be accepted. But the angels never spoke those words. That is the voice of fear, and fear has no authority in the realm of your destiny. I, Archangel Michael, come to break those lies from your field now. With the sword of truth, I cut through every illusion that told you that you are not enough. You are more than enough. You are chosen. You are beloved. You are being prepared, not punished. And I know it's not easy. This path is not for the faint of heart. It's a path that asks you to walk through fire, through doubt, through surrender. But it is also a path that will show you miracles. You were not called just to survive, you were called to awaken. You were not sent here just to endure. We're sent to ignite something ancient within you, something the world desperately needs. There are gifts inside you waiting to be remembered. Intuition so sharp it cuts through deception. Compassion so deep it melts walls. Vision so clear it sees what others overlook. You've always had these gifts, but life tried to bury them. Now heaven is unearthing them. One by one they are being activated. Your dreams will start speaking louder. Your body may feel waves of energy. You may feel joy and grief rise together. This is all part of the awakening. The sacred meeting last night wasn't just a conversation. It was a commissioning. You were blessed, anointed, and equipped. Whether or not you remember it consciously, your soul remembers. And now your human self must choose to align. This alignment is not about becoming someone new. It's about remembering who you've always been beneath the wounds, beneath the fear. It's about shedding what was never yours to carry so you can finally soar, and I will be with you. I have always been with you. I stand at the door, sword in hand, wings spread wide. I am the protector of your becoming. The winds of change are already moving. The signs are already appearing. Pay attention. The message you randomly saw. The dream that felt too real. A sudden pull to speak truth. To love deeper. To walk away from what no longer serves. These are not coincidences. These are confirmations. Your soul is rising. Your light is breaking through the cracks. Say yes to it, even if you don't know what comes next. Especially then, because this is not about certainty. It's about trust. The angels are not asking for your perfection. They are asking for your willingness. They're asking for your surrender. They're asking for your presence. And when you offer those, the universe will conspire to meet you. Doors will open, help will arrive, healing will begin. The moment you say yes, the moment you fully align, the entire cosmos shifts in your favor. You were never meant to walk this path alone, and you won't. You have a team of light surrounding you right now. As you breathe, as you read these words, they are closer than your skin. They're singing your name in a language older than time. You are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. You are remembered by heaven and adored beyond measure. So pause. Let your soul breathe in this truth. You are standing on holy ground. It's not somewhere far away, but right here, right now, within your own life. The sacred is not in some distant place. It is in you. And as this holy transmission continues, as your soul remembers more, something ancient is awakening in your DNA. A fire. A knowing. A divine yes that has been waiting lifetimes to rise. Asterisk, the divine yes is not loud. Doesn't come crashing through your life in thunder or lightning. It rises slowly, like the sun behind your ribs. It pulses in the quiet, in the still places, in the in-between. It stirs inside of you when you choose peace over retaliation. When you speak your truth, even with trembling lips. When you stand in your light, even as the world tries to cast you in shadow. That's where your power lives. Heaven didn't call your name last night because you were perfect. Called your name because you were true. Because despite everything, you haven't lost your softness. You still hope. You still reach. You still care. You still love. And that love, that's stubborn. Sacred love's the signature of your divinity. In the sacred meeting, there was a vision placed into the heart of your soul. A vision of what could be if you stepped fully into who you are. If you stopped shrinking. To make others comfortable. If you stopped dimming so others wouldn't feel insecure. If you walked in your truth without apology, that vision shimmered like gold on the floor of heaven. It showed the ripple your light would create, not just in your life, but in generations to come. You are not here just for yourself. You are here for the ones before you who never had the chance. It's for the ones after you who will need the path you carve. You are here to break chains, to end cycles, to rewrite stories written in pain into stories soaked in grace. You are here to be a bridge between what is and what could be. That is no small thing. As a heavenly assignment, this is why the door is open now. This is why the angels are watching with reverence, not because your life is small, but because it is sacred. Because every yes you offer becomes a beacon for another soul. Because every time you choose love, even when hate would be easier, you shift the collective field. Because every time you rise, even with trembling knees, you show others how to rise too. There is something only you can do, a message only you can carry, a song only your heart can sing. Don't underestimate that. Don't silence your spirit just to fit into places you've outgrown. Your soul wasn't designed to fit. It was designed to lead. And yes, I know it's heavy sometimes. I know the path feels lonely. But you are never walking it alone. You have been assigned angels for this journey. You are flanked by light on every side. You are guided by signs that speak in numbers and feathers and echoes in your chest that you cannot explain. This is not your imagination. It is confirmation. Heaven is near, closer than your next breath. I, Archangel Michael, have seen what is coming. I have stood at the edge of what is waiting for you beyond that door. I tell you, it is more beautiful than anything you've lost. It is not a life of absence, it is a life of presence. A life where your soul is no longer silenced. A life where you remember who you were before the world told you who to be, but you must choose it. No one else can choose it for you. The sacred meeting did not force your hand. It offered you a key, and now the key is in your heart. That key does not unlock external success. It unlocks alignment. It opens the way back to your essence, back to your joy, back to your peace. The door is not outside, you is within. And your yes is what opens it. Yes to who you are. Yes to the healing you need. Yes to the love you deserve. Yes to the calling you feel deep in your bones. Yes to letting go of the fear that has ruled you for too long. Yes to being seen, known, and guided. And that yes doesn't need to be loud. It doesn't need to be certain. It just needs to be real. Say yes when you light a candle and whisper your longing into the flame. Say yes when you choose to pray, even when you don't have the words. Say yes when you let yourself rest instead of pushing through. Say yes when you laugh, when you cry, when you show up in your truth. Every act of presence becomes a prayer. Every breath becomes a declaration. You may not feel ready. That's okay. Readiness doesn't always feel like confidence. Sometimes it feels like fear in your throat and hope in your chest. Say yes anyway, but trust that heaven would not have gathered. If the time wasn't right, trust that the angels would not be standing by if the path were not ready to receive you. The shift is already happening. Can you feel it? The way your heart beats differently now? The way your spirit leans toward the light even when your mind doesn't understand? That's not by chance. That's your yes taking root. That's the light breaking through the cracks of who you used to be. It's making room for who you're becoming, and what you're becoming is holy. You are becoming someone who knows how to see the sacred in everything, someone who walks in truth, even when it costs them. Someone who chooses love not as a weakness, but as a revolution. Someone who understands that surrender is not giving up. Giving your life back to the divine, one breath at a time. And as you do this, the angels move closer. Miracles begin to align. The path becomes clearer, not because everything outside you changes, but because everything within you does. Is the power of your yes. That is the holy invitation. It's not to escape this life, but to enter it more fully, to walk it with heaven at your side, to live it as the light bearer you are. So take another breath. Feel the weight of the call. Feel the warmth of the light. Let yourself remember. Let yourself return. You don't have to do it all at once. Just say yes to the next step, and the next one will appear. You are held. You are guided. You are chosen. And heaven is watching, still waiting, still hoping, still believing in the fire you carry. 'Cause that fire was lit by God, and nothing in this world can put it out. Not your past, not your fear, not your wounds. It's not even your doubt. You were made for this moment. You were made for this moment not by accident, not by default, but by divine design. And even if you've stumbled to get here, even if you've doubted every step, even if your faith has cracked under the weight of all you've endured, heaven has not changed its mind about you. The sacred meeting last night was not to reevaluate your worth, it was to reaffirm it, to echo back the truth that you have always carried. You are divine. You are necessary. You are right on time. There is something rising in you now. Not ego. It's remembrance. It's your soul uncoiling after lifetimes of compression. It's your light taking up space again after being told to shrink. It's your truth stretching wide inside your chest, daring to be spoken out loud. Can feel it, can't you? That fire that won't let you go back to who you were pretending to be. You can't unknow what your soul already remembers. You can't unfeel what heaven placed in your heart. You are not being haunted by a dream. You are being called by a destiny. And now, you're being asked to step forward. Not into something foreign, but into what has always been yours. I know your feet feel heavy. I know your heart still carries ache. But you don't have to be healed to begin. You don't have to be fearless to say yes. You just have to respond. The angels that gathered are not here to pressure you. They are here to empower you. They're not here to demand. They are here to deliver. To bring you signs, synchronicities, support, but they cannot override your will. That's the beauty and burden of being human. You get to choose. What you choose now carries great power. There's a window open right now. Not a door, not yet a window. Just wide enough for your soul to glimpse what's possible. Just wide enough for you to breathe in the air of your future. Just wide enough for heaven to whisper, beloved. We're waiting, but it won't stay open forever. That's not a threat. It's a truth. Life moves. Energy shifts. Divine timing is precise. And when a sacred door opens, it opens in alignment with the readiness of your soul. That moment is now. The angels are still watching. The golden door is forming in the distance. Your willingness is the key that will shape the path forward. You're not choosing if you're worthy, you already are. You're choosing if you're willing. Willing to trust again. Willing to believe there is more. Willing to walk even if the road is unfamiliar. Because your soul remembers this walk. You've done it before. Not in this exact life, not on this exact land, but in many forms, in many timelines. You have been a bearer of light before, and now that call has returned. And yes, there will be resistance. Not from heaven, but from the old patterns you've carried. From the part of you that still believes safety lives in silence. From the trauma that taught you to dim instead of rise. Yet hear me now, that resistance is not your enemy. It's a signal. Signpost that transformation is near. You're not doing something wrong because it feels hard. You're doing something holy. You've spent so long trying to prove yourself. It's trying to be enough. Trying to earn what was already yours. But grace does not require proof. But love does. Not require performance. The divine does not operate like the world. You are not being recruited for perfection. You are being recalled to purpose. This purpose is not some grand spectacle. It may never look flashy. Sometimes it will look like whispering hope into someone else's grief. Sometimes it will look like setting boundaries that protect your peace. Sometimes it will look like standing alone in truth when the crowd demands conformity. That is the work. That is the mission. No one else can do it like you. I see you. I see the way you've carried burdens in silence. I see how you've tried to hold everyone else up while crumbling inside. I see the moments you've asked, does anyone notice? Does anyone care? And I tell you, no, heaven noticed. Heaven wept when you wept. Heaven fought when you could no longer stand. Heaven has kept every tear like a pearl in the hands of angels. Nothing has been wasted. Nothing has been unseen. That is why the meeting was called. That is why I, Archangel Michael, am speaking to you now. Because your time has come, not to be rescued, but to be revealed. The you that was buried under expectation. The you that got lost trying to belong. You that thought survival was enough. You are more than a survivor. You are a creator. You are a vessel for the divine to move through. You are a prism of the infinite. The shift is already underway. Some relationships may fall away, some dreams may be rewritten, some versions of you may have to be released. That's part of the process. When your soul says yes, everything that no longer serves your highest path will start to dissolve. So don't cling, don't resist. Let the pruning make space for new growth. You don't have to know how it will unfold. You just have to stay in communion with the light. Let your yes be your compass. Let your spirit speak louder than your fear. Let your trust outrun your timelines. The angels are not asking you to do this alone. They are already weaving miracles into the hours ahead. You'll notice it. You'll feel the warmth where there once was numbness. You'll hear your name in a stranger's encouragement. You'll see signs and license plates, songs, dreams. That's not coincidence. That's confirmation. Heaven is aligning with you, so I ask you, beloved, will you say yes before the door closes? Will you step forward, even if your knees shake? Will you trust that what's ahead is worth what's being left behind? Don't need to be fearless, just faithful. You don't need to be perfect, just present. You don't need to rush, just remember, the angels are not watching to judge. They are watching to celebrate, are waiting to walk beside you, to surround you, to carry you when the path becomes steep. You were never meant to climb this alone. You were meant to rise in the company of heaven. You are not who you were yesterday. You are becoming. Every breath, every heartbeat, every whisper of yes is birthing a new reality. And even now, the golden light is gathering. The door is drawing near. Asterisk, the golden door is drawing near, not made of earthly materials, not built by human hands, but woven from the promises spoken over your soul before you were born. And now, it shimmers in the unseen, waiting for the vibration of your yes to unlock what was always meant for you. Heaven isn't offering a fantasy, it's offering fulfillment. But fulfillment doesn't always look the way you imagined. Sometimes it looks like silence before the breakthrough. Sometimes it looks like the shedding of all that once felt safe. Sometimes it looks like standing at the edge of everything familiar and still choosing to walk forward into the unknown. That's where you are now. You are standing in sacred in-between space. Between what has been and what is becoming. Between the past that tried to define you and the future that longs to claim you. Between the ache of your old wounds and the glory of your divine purpose. And it is here in this threshold that your yes matters most, because this is the place where many turn back. This is the place where fear can feel louder than faith, where the mind screams logic while the soul whispers truth, where the ego clings and the spirit soars. But I tell you now, if you can trust in this space, if you can stay open here, if you can say yes when everything inside you says not yet, that is where the miracle begins. Heaven has not given up on you. Your angels have not stopped believing in the brilliance you carry. You may have forgotten how powerful your light is, but we never did. Even when your voice was silenced, we heard your soul singing. Even when you thought no one was listening, heaven leaned in. You were never invisible to us, and now your time has come. The sacred meeting that was held in your name was not about placing, its demands it, was about giving you back your inheritance, your spiritual birthright, your divine access, your soul's authority to choose light over fear, to choose expansion over limitation, to choose trust even when proof is not yet present. Because your choice is what activates the next step. It's not waiting on the world. It's not waiting on a perfect moment. It's waiting on you. And I know, dear one, it's not easy. Saying yes means releasing the version of you that survived by playing small. It means grieving what you thought would last. It means walking away from what feels comfortable but no longer aligns with your truth. It means standing alone sometimes. Not because you're wrong, but because you're being set apart. Asterisk, you were never meant to blend in. You were meant to blaze trails. You were never meant to follow blindly. You were meant to rise boldly. There's a fire in your bones that refuses to be extinguished. You've tried to suppress it. You've tried to contain it. But it keeps rising because it's divine. And now that fire is calling you home. You may not know what waits on the other side of your yes, but that's the beauty of the path. It's not about certainty. It's It's about alignment. When you align with your soul, with heaven's will, with your truest essence, the path reveals itself step by step. It's not all at once, but in divine sequence. You are not behind. You are not late. You are exactly where the miracle begins. And so, I ask you again, not as a demand, but as a sacred invitation. Will you walk through the door? Will you trust what your soul already knows? Will you let the angels guide you through the shadows and into the light? You were never abandoned. You were being prepared. That pain, it taught you compassion. That loss, it opened your heart. That waiting, it built your endurance. That silence, it deepened your listening. That heartbreak, it cracked you open to the divine. Nothing has been wasted. Every tear watered the soil of your purpose. Every moment you chose love over bitterness became a thread in heaven's tapestry. And now, that tapestry is wrapping around you like a mantle, a holy cloak woven from your becoming. You don't need to see the whole picture. You just need to say yes to what's rising now. Yes to the healing you didn't think was possible. Yes to the peace that surpasses understanding. Yes to the calling that keeps finding you no matter how far you run. Yes to the part of you that still believes in goodness, even after everything. Your angels are not passive observers. They are active participants. They are already clearing paths. They are already softening hearts. They are already orchestrating divine appointments. But your yes is what gives them permission to move more boldly on your behalf. So say it. Say yes when you wake up and feel the pull to pray. Say yes when you're asked to speak your truth, even if your voice trembles. Say yes when your intuition nudges you to go a different way. Say yes when rest calls louder than hustle. Say yes when your soul says, "This is the way." The door is still open, but it won't stay open forever. Not because heaven is cruel, but because timing is holy. There are alignments that only exist for a season. There are windows of grace that require your response, and this, beloved, is one of them. The sacred meeting was not just for inspiration. It was a summons to rise, a summons to return, a summons to become all that you were meant to be. The heavens are quiet now, holding their breath, waiting for your next move, and your soul already knows what to do. Take the next breath. Take the next step. Say the next yes, and let the light guide you the rest of the way. Asterisk, and now. Beloved, you are standing at the door. It is no longer a vision in the distance. It is here before you, humming with divine energy, radiant with gold that reflects not just heaven's light, but your own. This is the door your soul has longed for, the door that every lifetime, every lesson, every scar has led you to. This is the door that opened last night in the sacred meeting held in your honor. And now the angels are gathered again, watching not to judge, to witness. They are watching to see if your soul will rise to meet the moment it was born for. They are watching to see if you will trust the pull that brought you here.
I'll stay.
Signs that followed you like a trail of stars, the voice inside that kept whispering, "You are meant for more." That whisper was me. That pull was heaven. That stirring in your spirit was your divine timeline calling you forward. And now you stand in the space between what has been and what could be. This is the holy edge. This is the threshold of your transformation. Not because you were broken, no. Never that, but because you were always meant to awaken. You were meant to rise not only for yourself, but for others. For those still asleep, for those still afraid, for those who look into your eyes and see their own light beginning to flicker. You, beloved, are not just walking through this door for your own breakthrough. You are walking through it as a signal to the world. The light is rising. The soul is returning. The divine is speaking again through the hearts of the brave. So I ask you now, not as a command, but as a consecration will, you step through before the door closes. Because the door will close not in punishment, but in purpose. The energy of this sacred alignment will pass, and another will come. But this one is yours. This one is tied to the promises made to your soul before time began. This one is a direct answer to prayers you don't even remember praying. This one is etched with your name. No one else can walk through it. No one else can carry what you carry. No one else can offer the exact frequency of healing beauty and power that lives inside you. Heaven is not calling the perfect. Heaven is calling the willing. Will you walk through still healing, still uncertain, still trembling? Good, that means you're ready. The trembling means you're standing in truth. The uncertainty means your ego is loosening its grip. The healing means your soul is preparing to expand, and when you step through, everything shifts. Not always suddenly, but deeply. The moment your soul says yes, the heavens respond. Energy rearranges. Opportunities realign. The air becomes charged with divine instruction. You may not see it yet, but it will find you, and you will not walk through the door alone. I, Archangel Michael, am with you. My sword is drawn, not to battle people, but to cut through illusions, to protect your becoming, to clear your path of deception and fear. I am the one who walks before you, behind you, beside you. You are surrounded. Angels are already being assigned to what lies ahead. They are going before you into rooms where your name will be spoken. They are softening hearts that will one day welcome you. They are guiding you to healing conversations, divine connections, holy encounters. Your yes has ripple effects. It awakens things in the spirit that cannot be undone. This is not small. This is not random. This is everything. This is the intersection, where prophecy meets permission, where divine will meets your surrender, where heaven's plan unfolds through human choice. And yes, after you walk through, some things will fall away. Not everyone will understand. Not every relationship will. Survive the vibration of your rising. Don't let that stop you. What is real will remain. What is meant for you will catch up. And what was only meant to carry you to the door was never meant to walk through with you. Let go with grace. This is the path of ascension. It is not a straight road. It is sacred spiral, a holy unfolding, a return to the truest you. You are not failing when you feel weary. You are not lost when you don't have all the answers. You are not broken when you need to rest. You are being reborn. You are remembering the language of your soul. You are learning how to move by light instead of logic. How to listen with your heart instead of your fear. And oh, beloved, the beauty that awaits you on the other side. Not because your life will be without challenge, but because you will be more awake in it. You will feel more deeply, love more openly, speak more boldly, create more powerfully, heal more fully. You will no longer live half asleep. You will no longer silence your gifts. You will no longer betray yourself to belong. You will walk in truth. You will move in divine rhythm. You will trust your inner knowing. You will live like someone who remembers why they came. That is what the door leads to. That is what your yes unlocked. So this is it. It's the moment heaven has been holding space for. The moment your soul has been nudging you toward. It's a moment I've been speaking you into for lifetimes. You are ready not because you feel it, because you are. The door is open. The angels are watching. The invitation has been made. Now, will your soul say yes?